So the problem is, how do you drain the bottom of your compressor? The valve is really close to the floor. So if you put a tray down there, I have a cafeteria tray, and that gets full of water, how do you lift it and dump it without spilling and making a mess? I thought, well, that valve is shredded. If I put a piece of hose in there and I can feed it into a bottle, then every time I walk by or every day when I turn the compressor on, I just open the valve, and then the valve will push the water and oil into the jar. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so after doing a little research and pricing out parts needed, buying a fitting and some copper tubing, which I wanted to use because the copper I could bend real nice, I thought, why don't I go with a Loc Line? Loc Line is snaps together, it's plastic, won't rust, it's easy, flexible, it can be bent in many positions. I wanted a clear plastic jar for the water to go into. Plastic, so when you fill it with water, you can see the level of it. And plastic also, so it wouldn't break if it was kicked over and have to clean up glass. Tools you needed to do this project are Loc Line, 9/16 wrench, Loc Line pliers, some Teflon tape, plastic jar, drill with a step bit. I bought the Loc Line from a local industrial supplier, and quite a few years ago I bought the pliers for it. The pliers really make this easy to go together. Let's take a look. So this is a fitting I want to use. You put the socket end up. I'm going to use both pieces of segment. And I'm going to use the widest tip. You get a couple in there. I'm going to use the widest tip. So earlier, with the step drill, I made a hole large enough for the largest tip to go in there. Let's go over to the compressor and install this. So here I am back at the compressor. I put the Teflon tape on the fitting, and I straightened the Loc Line out as straight as I could so it threads in real nice. I thread it in by hand, tighten up the 9/16 wrench, place my jar and reposition the Loc Line. This is flexible and bendable. Position it where I want it so I don't kick it. Now whenever I come over, all I have to do is open it and I blow a little water out every time I use it. A lot easier than finding a big pan that's hard to empty. And if you don't have a convenient way of emptying the water out of your compressor, you probably won't do it too often. And if you don't do it too often, you could rust a hole in the bottom of your compressor. So that's it from MKE Gadgets. Thanks for watching.